Yo.
Yes, sir. What's up, guys?
Yes. This DJ will kick the floor in three, two, 1. Yo.
Hello and welcome back to Mzansi. We're back again. It is that time of the night where we have to talk about what happened in that court in Pretoria. What is happening that side? It's a question that everyone is asking. And again, I would like to thank everyone who's here and with us now around this time. We welcome you with joy. We see you, Jabulile. You are probably the first person who came here. Ansi Moy, we see you. Zoe Kaba, we see you. Those are people that have just came in to say hi to Mzansi. Thank you for waiting for us, anticipating this live broadcast. Emily, it's greetings for me, and what is it for you?
Hi guys, welcome back to the Mzansi Reality YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining us yet again for another video, another deliberation on the court proceedings in the Senzo Meyiwa Trial. I see that, hey, Koshobile. Koshosho. Akusekho comfortable, like Ganyiwa, and those who managed to pick it up, I know they picked it up, and you're gonna relate with some of the things that we have to say with regards to today's proceedings. I know. Can we give Mshololo a round of applause, please?
Well, we definitely can.
Because yeah, she prepared. She prepared herself thoroughly. Yes. I was not ready for the loopholes. I was not ready for some of the inconsistencies. I was not ready for them. And it was a job well done. We are going to unpack this. So cross-examination of host by Mshololo was set to continue this morning. And yesterday we all heard that accused number 5, Fisokuhle Ntuli, denied 4 of the 6 numbers that were linked to him. He only accepted 2 numbers. So one of them was a number saved as Lungisani, whom he claims was his cousin. He admitted 2 numbers. And then there's another one from his late mother as well. And one of them, a phone, police said allegedly had called Kelly Kumalo.
Okay, let us correct this. It is simple. Admitting the numbers as yours is different from saying, I know, or admitting to know those numbers, but not belonging to you. And this is where the judge needs to draw the line, because he said, I know these numbers. I know Lungsani's numbers. I know my mother's number. But it is that, my mother's number. It is that, my nephew's number. My number on the other side that I admit to is this one. And this is where the judge all of a sudden started fumbling.
I have fumbled today. I fumbled. I was like, yeah. Well, the judge asked that Mshololo said that she was done with cross-examination, and Mshololo said that she cannot remember, but what she knows is that she was done with her cross-examination from yesterday, and that it's not in dispute what the judge is saying when he's saying that she said she was done. Yes, she said she was done with a particular aspect, which was an affidavit that she was cross-examining on, and she said today she will focus on something different. She was not disputing that, but however, the judge was on her case for some weird reason. I don't understand what was happening there. And she said that she will now cross-examine on another affidavit, and she was done with the one that she was dealing with yesterday. So again, I also felt like there's some kind of nitpicking, of her cross-examination. Already I could feel that she's gonna be disturbed a lot. She hasn't even started, but already the judge was nitpicking on what she said she was going to cross-examine on.
Yes.
It was very strange and odd to me. Yes. And the judge said that he was mentioning this because Hos, after the defense pointed out mistakes in his initial affidavit, and that he had to analyze some numbers which related to the hard copy, section 205, the disc. he said that he has to testify on it. So he said that the other time Nisi and all the defense counsel agreed that Host must go ahead, and then on Monday they turned tables and said that they had never heard of such a procedure.
Yes. I mean, you're all about the law yourself. You're all about applying this law properly. You even would say, it's not me, it's the law.
It's the law.
So now, what is difficult about applying it when it comes to things that are seemingly oppressing or making it harder for the states? Why is it that now, when it's that time where we have difficulties, we must be lenient, we must be showing sympathy and being empathetic? Man, we don't need to be like that.
You know, I want to express something, and I feel like it was a strategy or it was grace. I don't know how to define it. But them being mom and accepting Host to slid in that, and then they came back and they changed their minds. Do you guys realize that that is the reason why they now have more evidence, more Section 205s that were released?
Yes.
Because had they immediately objected, I don't think they would be in possession of those documents. And now it gives them the privilege of having more time to look through them.
Yes.
As Host is busy there stuttering and doing his thing. So I feel like maybe it was grace or what, but by them to just admit on that Friday and then come back on Monday with their minds changed, gave them the privilege of having all evidence for a change.
Yes.
Yeah, and having time to look through it, because you can tell that Mshololo has been looking through it. In fact, she was somehow using what has already not been introduced yet, but she wasn't using it. She did not use it at all. It's almost like she has the end in mind, if it makes sense.
Yeah.
So he suggested that Host, in cross-examination of his evidence in chief, my apologies, not defense in chief, evidence in chief, and then he came and made an application to add the evidence that he wanted to add. So Mshololo said that she now understood what the judge was trying to say. However, she would not be cross-examining on that new additional statements that Host has brought. So Host wanted also to make a clarity on his cross-examination from yesterday. He said that this relates to the number 27715951239 saved as Lungisani. The number was identified by Colonel Stein, and he said that it was put to him that this number didn't belong to accused number 5, but Lungisani Ndwandwe, cousin of accused number 5.
Yes.
He said that he wanted to mention that it was found on accused number 2's phone book. Like that makes any difference?
No, it doesn't.
The judge asked Host to say that it's not correct to say that it was saved under Index 5. And he asked Host if he was amending his evidence, and Host said that it was in his evidence. It's in his written statement, saved as Lungisani Index 5.
But on the other side, it is wrong.
It's wrong. Because Index 5 is suspect number 5. Suspect number 5's name is not Lungisani. So Host said that he wanted to clarify that the number is on accused number 2's phone book and not on accused number 5. It doesn't make a difference, Host. It really doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
So Host was really breathing heavily, in my opinion, and speaking not quite clearly. So I was struggling to understand what he was talking about. I was like, what is this clarity? What is he talking about? I don't understand what you're talking about, Rose. I don't get where this is going. How does this exactly impact on anything? Like, why do you want to make this clarity? Doesn't matter.
To avoid other loopholes being poked, because obviously Mshololo was going to ask about that number as a number that they said it was saved under accused number 5, and it was gonna be another mess. So they had to correct it themselves.
Okay. All right. So, yeah, he said that he was referring to cross-examination by counsel of accused number 4, and now the number is 27159512239, and it had various communication with two numbers of accused number 1, accused number 4, and accused number 2. There's no communication of accused number 5 with that particular number in any of the section 205s of all the numbers that he said is his cousin. So basically, he was trying here to justify that because the number of Lungisani did not make any contact with the number of accused number 5, then that means Lungisani is accused number 5. Is that what he was trying to say?
No, it was a correction. In my opinion, as I said, it was a correction of Mshololo is cross-examining. You correct something that I don't know whether it was a mistake or what, that you put under accused number 5. Now you see that this person is in detail of what is happening in that phone. Yes. You must correct that.
Well, he further said that it was also put by counsel 4 that accused number 4, that the number, the 271595, belongs to the nephew of accused number 4. So even Jonas, the interpreter, Ubab Jonas, was struggling to keep up with what he was saying. I heard him asking him, can you please repeat what you were saying? So Mshololo asked host that before he proceeds, she is a little bit lost. Mshololo was like, which question was he correcting? But before she could finish what she wanted to say, the judge interrupted her and said, sorry, Miss Mshololo, let's take it as he's explaining it. You'll cross-examine him on those exigencies. The judge then asked host, so you say that accused number 4's counsel said that the number ending with 1239, Mr. Ngumalo put it that number belongs to accused number 4's nephew. I felt, in my opinion, that the judge was helping host to correct whatever he was correcting, even though I don't know why he was making that correction and for who and for what purpose and for which. I received zero clarification, honestly speaking, in my opinion. And I even saw some people on the chat saying that the clarification was not quite clarifying.
The clarification.
You are explaining it, but I still don't get it.
You with your pens down. You probably parachuted that number under accused number 5. Here's Mshololo cross-examining.
Yes.
And you see how Mshololo this time into detail. What do? You shift it to someone who has already cross-examined. That's as simple as that.
Oh, so he shifted it to staying.
No, the number.
Yes.
It went to accused number 2 now. It was saved under accused number 2.
Oh, now he's saying that it is saved under accused number 2 and not accused number 5. He said it's saved under the phone book of accused number 2 instead of it being saved in the phone book of accused number 5.
It was an easy way out.
Out of having to answer how they got those numbers. Because even at the end of Mshololo's cross-examination, they were blocking her from going there.
Yes.
So this was a strategy.
Yes. Because, what else can you do? You are caught with your pens down. You need something. Something must give.
And Ngumalo said that he remembers that. And Mshololo said that before you go on, which question are you answering now? And Ho said that he's clarifying. Mshololo said, clarifying what? Clarifying which question? And Ho said that it is stated to me that the number belongs to your client's nephew, and accused number 4 also said that it belongs to his client's nephew. So he just wanted to clarify to whose nephew it belongs to.
Now we want clarification. He's making them look like they are lying. Because if one person said, my nephew, the other one saying it's my nephew, then it is confusing for host. Remember, host is a person of Nokal. They don't have what we have. them, relatives are just short. It goes from here to there. That's it.
So he doesn't understand whose nephew said who is his nephew. So the concept that he's struggling to grasp is that accused number 5 said that Lungisani is his nephew.
Yes.
While accused number 4 said that accused number 4 actually said that Lungisani is his nephew, and accused number 5 said it's his cousin.
Yes.
That's the concept that he's struggling to grasp.
Accused number the cousin part, because accused number 5 is the cousin of accused number
of Lungisani.
No, of the accused.
Oh, of the accused.
Is it accused number 2 or accused number 1?
What I remember is accused number 4 is the nephew yake. His nephew is accused number 1.
Yes.
That's what I remember.
And Ntuli is related to who out of those people?
They said he's related to Ndwandwe Lungisani, the one whose numbers is being linked to.
So it is confusing, because for them it is confusing. For us, it's Nomshana, it's Nomzala.
Yes.
Which is a cousin
and the nephew. Two different.
So he was thinking all of them, they're saying nephew, but they are not siblings.
So he was trying to make it look like they're lying.
Yes.
Hey Rose, because Avelila Matlatu Kash, Apelile, he can't hide. So when Mshololo was saying you can't run away from the truth. Well, the judge said, and the clarification, as I understand, Colonel Host, relates further to the fact that the very number that ends with 1239 is also procured from accused number 2's phone book, not number 5. Mshololo was pissed at this point, and she started saying, whatever explanation that you are trying to give and add, I asked you, do you dispute that this number belongs to Lungisani?
He was deviating from the question. The question was simple and straightforward. Do you dispute that the number is Lungisani's number?
And Ho said that he can't dispute it. He must come and testify it.
Do you understand? Now you're talking about the accused, the cousins, the nephew. It's none of your business at this point in time. Not for you to be clarified that. The Mr. Taven himself must ask that question if he wants to.
Mr. Taven? Ooh, hi, that's a cousin that got through my gig. Well, Mshololo then said, thank you. Then that's the end. And Ho said that's 100%. And Mshololo said whether it belongs to the nephew or the cousin or brother or granny, can you dispute that the number belongs to Lungisani? Now this was very funny. Ho said the investigating team will testify to that. Again, when you are cornered and you have nowhere to hide, investigation team. Investigation.
Yes. And when they come here, they will be telling you, you should have asked that question to the experts.
Yes, to the analyst. Well, Mshololo asked the judge if she could proceed, and the judge said yes. So she really did not want smoke with the judge. She was avoiding an altercation between herself and that man at all costs. That's what I saw. I was like, okay. She's like, can I proceed? Asking in a very nice, calm manner. Like, yes. Mshololo said that yesterday they had paused when they had not yet finished. Right now, she's going to take a host to the transcript record dated the 27th of July. So the evidence in chief by the state, where Canal State responded by saying that, and I quote, "Then my next point during my analysis, I discovered that Kelly Khumalo with the number 0827044358, she received a call from Ntuli with the number 073330599202. The number is 35150305303538, and the call time is MTC terminating call. She received the call. That's what it means. Then the start date of the call was the 2nd of August, and the time was 2200 hours, 40 minutes, and 47 seconds. And the duration of the call was 110 seconds. That's close to 2 minutes. She received a call. She read the part also where Steyn said that Kelly called accused number 5, and she received the call while she was in the vicinity of the tower of 3G Kimberley. The date of the call was the 2nd of August 2014. She further read another part of the transcript where Steyn said that Kelly received a call on the 15th of October 2014 at 17 hours 33 minutes and 57 seconds. The call duration was 98 seconds, a minute and a half more or less. So the other party was 0730599205, which belonged to the suspect 5, and the tower was Evedale Farm, somewhere in Limpopo. While Steyn said that he followed it up, end quote.
Yeah.
So Mshololo then went to host examination in chief on the 17th of April 2024, and she read where Steyn said that Kelly Khumalo received a call from Ntuli with the number of 0733059202. Then she read where host responded and said that he could not testify Kelly's section 205 because he did not see it, so he could not say. But according to the XDS, that number was in use. It was given up as a reference in 2012 on the 24th of November. So I find it very weird that Steyn is given the section 204 and he works on it and incorporates it in his evidence. But House didn't use that section 204 of Kelly Khumalo. Have you realized that a House's evidence doesn't have the section 205 of Kelly Khumalo?
Yes, because, I mean, if they keep on bringing Kelly Khumalo, then the narrative that is pushed on Kelly Khumalo is going to die.
So Steyn had done a job of saying Kelly Khumalo is linked to the accused. Okay, fine. We accepted it. And now we are in a predicament where someone who's taken over from Steyn no longer wants to link the accused to Kelly Khumalo, number one. Number two, he's rather focusing on the fact that the accused were contacting each other in 2018 to 2021.
Yeah.
And he's not really going there to accused being linked to Kelly Khumalo. And I remember when we said it, that the evidence against, when Steyn was testifying, we said it on the channel, that it's not solid.
Yeah. It was not.
Now here we are, family.
Can you imagine
we are here now.
The disbelief in Steyn's face when he was told that Lungsane's number that he has linked all these people with is actually not Ntuli's number. After you've testified so hard
and you fought,
and the number was given to you by the investigating officer, and then you realize how him you actually, after all this,
that is not accused number 5's number.
Now I get to know that this is not accused number. What am I gonna say to court? What do you want me to say? How do I exit from that? Okay, I'm narrating my story. This is my own opinion. Then House was born on the basis of the loopholes and the mistakes, this high school, in fact, the primary school mistakes that were done in trying to create evidence and the link, in trying to map a web that is a spider web that is gonna put these people in one area as people who have been talking. Then you realize halfway, good, hey, these people actually, they have an exigence. They can exit here on the basis that this number actually is not. So one person got a number and said, okay, so I can imagine they were going through these numbers. Lungsani, closer to Fisokuhle. I mean, they are not Zulus, these people. They probably, you know, yeah, maybe this person wanted to say Fisokuhle, or maybe that's another Mapisa's Fisokuhle's name. They just try this one. And then when they find that, okay, this person is actually talking to all of them, here we go.
Link.
Yeah, take this number.
Kaching, they even Kelikumalo. Ha!
Under harsh situation, this could have been evidence and this could have taken you to jail, straight to jail. If you had, for example, if you had a lawyer who is coming from the state, legal aid, you were going straight to jail.
Yep. They have no time
to waste, back and forth, bickering.
No, they don't have that time and the energy for that
No.
back and forth. No.
They are all about, we find justice.
I have a lot of cases on my table.
On my table.
I have a lot of cases I need to close. So please just take the plea deal or something. Sometimes a plea deal is not even offered. Just say you did it. Just plead guilty, man.
Someone's child would be in jail.
Yeah.
And let us not forget that this behavior on the public television of a case of this nature, being conducted in this nature, has happened before. If you look at Kreger's case, it has happened before. Now, the only difference with Kreger's case, Emil, as you said,
yes,
is, in fact, all whatever that happened, be it lies were created or not, but Kreger was in a center stage also of it. You understand? That's a difference, because the case was, it's like saying, okay, you did steal Norox, but to get you into jail, I'm going to lie. I'll get you into jail. I'm going to make sure that you see your sentence being done. I will lie and do 1, 2, 3. This is my own opinion. And in this case,
I need you in jail.
Yes. But you did it in any case.
Yeah, anyway.
The problem is that I don't have
things you've done.
Yes. I don't have proper means to actually verify and make sure that I get you arrested in the right way. But I will get you arrested, yes, but you did it in any way. So after doing that, you get big-headed. You think, oh, it's capable. I can actually do it even to someone who did not do it, as long as that person. And this is where you look at common things in my own common denominator. In my opinion, is that yes, some of these people, they have probably done heinous crimes, and this is where emotional intelligence is needed. They have done heinous crimes,
yes,
in their own times and wherever they were.
Yes,
we do not dispute that. In fact, all of them that needed to be in jail for their crimes, they are in jail.
Yes.
Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. When they are in jail serving their time, here comes this man who says, okay, listen, I'm looking for Buteles. Then you hear that. Oh, you're looking for Buteles. Oh, okay. And then you find out, oh, Buteles actually was arrested before even this thing happened. Oh, actually, I'm looking for you, Mapis. You go to a court that is not going to allow you because you're a lay person to speak. You try to speak, to say, look, I'm in jail. I'm saving my time.
For the crime that
Let me
I
be.
committed, that
Yes.
I was found guilty of in a court of law.
Yes.
But this one, I know nothing about it.
I cannot suffer for someone else. Let that person suffer for themselves. I am already here suffering for what I
This
did.
man came and said they were looking for Buthelezi, and now we are here.
And then that court was not ready to listen to that.
No.
Right?
No.
Because they are too smart to listen to lay people.
Yeah.
Okay, comes the time. They get to Bontanzige now. People who have not at this point in time even
Been arrested.
arrested for even killing a fly. People about Ngoma just because they are from Gwanongoma and Rwandwes. Okay, you go there, you make another mistake of trying to find someone to arrest, and then here you land on Danzi's lap. You arrest Danzi. Take Danzi to court. Danzi today does not have a job. At home, they are not getting any groceries that they could. They probably are, but with Danzi, it could be better.
It would have helped.
Yes. You changed this guy's life, in my opinion. You have changed this family's life. The whole family.
Yes.
Danzi's kids. You have
Yes.
changed that. So now, how do you remedy that? How do you go on to say that I'm going to drag this case up until such time that these people run out of ideas, up until maybe such time?
They
These
run
are
out of
obviously
funds.
the media loses the steam.
Interest. The public obviously will lose interest. And the public is not losing interest.
So we have people who are saying, hey, these people, you see, one rotten potato is
Spoils
painting
the whole
all
bag.
of these people. And you have people who are lazy to think, people who do not want to think, people who do not want to take things into consideration, certain things into consideration. As long as you paint two or one, and
With
then
the
one
same
is a collateral damage, it's fine. Let that one go to jail either way. Either way, it's from Gwanongoma and Nakafundang.
They won't be able to afford a lawyer.
Yes. Is that how we are going to conduct our laws here? Is that how we are going to enforce law? If you are just a nobody, you go to jail. We are in a situation now that this thing is escalating, perhaps. One might argue that there is an escalation of such, because now it's no longer the lay person. Even the people who actually are practicing the same law, they are not safe. So today, yesterday, Tifo was crazy.
Yes.
Today, it will be you. You will be crazy. As educated as you are, clever blacks who are lazy to think. That is why, that is the gist, in my opinion, of this case. That is why it is important. Its success or failure is important to the public to know that there is protection if you haven't committed any crime. That is what this case is all about. It's all about knowing and walking freely on the streets of South Africa, knowing that even if you are mistakenly identified, you can be able to go out freely.
And means can be made to remedy
That situation.
the damage that has happened to you.
That's what this case is all about. Now, it's no longer about Senzo Meyiwa. It has long passed that time.
Yeah.
Immediately when you decided to ignore the people that were in the house,
It no longer became about
it
Senzo.
no longer became about Senzo. Immediately when the expert decided to disagree with what the people in the house saw in the form of that gun, it no longer became about Senzo. It became about people protecting people, in my opinion. That's what this case is all about. That's what we are looking at. That is why now we are even more interested as the public, because we want to know how safe we are walking in these streets. As in every minute or every chance that we get, we come across a van.
Of the police.
Should we run and hide?
Should I drop my guard down or should I be on high alert?
That's what this case is all about.
And it looks like we should be on high alert. It's looking like that from this case.
We have created, in fact, we have just summed up what this case is about if you are confused. Because some of you are asking, Kanti, what is happening? That is what this case is all about. This case is about you and me and everyone else that is supposed to be protected by this law.
Well, Mshololo said that she was going to show Ugos if the state can assist with the 205 for Miss Kelly Khumalo. She asked for the records to be beamed on the screen. And the affidavit of Pinky from Vodacom, she quoted a short extract of the Section 205 records. The judge said that he understands that Miss Kelly Khumalo had 5 cell phone numbers. And Mshololo responded that Steyn only mentioned the 082 ending with 358 number as the one that communicated with Ntuli. Mshololo referred host to the date of the 2nd of August and asked if there is an entry of a call that Kelly Khumalo received from the number starting with 073 ending with 202. So this number is alleged to be accused number 5's number. So Balayi stood to object, saying that it is the affidavit of Miss Fillingham from Vodacom who is going to come and testify, and Host indicated that he didn't analyze the 205 and also didn't make that statement. So Host refused to testify on it, saying that it is not his statement. So Mshololo said...
This is after the interference of the judge, if I remember from that
Yes.
part. The judge interfered. This is where the interference is important because it leads to no answers sometimes. When the judge is going to say, do you want to answer that? If you don't want to answer that, it's okay.
Yes.
That is, in a sense, in a nutshell.
So the judge was literally telling him and giving him the option of not answering that question.
It's not even an option. Because in your head, you are testifying and the judge is giving you the opportunity to actually say you don't want to comment. What would you do? You take a hint. It's a hint that is given by the judge himself. He's saying, I'm not going to probe you if you evade and don't want to answer this question.
On the
it's okay.
Extract, it's okay. And his host took the bait. I mean, he didn't want to answer on that extract at all.
Which makes one wonder and even question if there is no real communication. Because this, in my own opinion, looks like a rehearsed situation. It's a rehearsed situation. It's like, I'll give you a hint. If I want you not to answer, I'll give you that option.
I will say this and this and that.
Once I say, do you want to answer or don't answer? Obvious answer by saying I don't want to answer.
It sounds like it. We're not saying that it is, but it sounds like it. It sounds like there was preparation for difficult questions where the judge would now have to come in and put it in a certain manner to trigger something.
Yes. Soweto people, please like the video. I know that you are wounded today. But we are all Soweto people, man. Even myself, I support Pirate. I'm here. I'm wounded by what the judge said about the taverns and all that. It's uncalled for. It's uncalled for. But at least Mshololo dealt with it decisively.
Yes.
I think that will not happen. That mistake will not happen. So let's like the video, guys.
And then Mshololo said, Kenal, you can't run away from the truth. You have been testifying about the evidence of the other numbers. Now I was asking you for your skill, and now you are saying it's not your evidence. I'm going to read it to the court to show the court that the reason why you are running away from reading this, you are running away from telling the court that there is no entry showing that Kelly Khumalo received a call from Mr. Ntuli. I'm going to read you this entry right now.
This is where problem started. Now, this is where problem started. I've never had a situation where I'm being told that Vodacom can actually retrieve my WhatsApp.
Wow. It became very tricky.
Eh?
Wow. It became very tricky when now WhatsApp is being mentioned and now the service provider, hey, bathong, hey, hi, ha. So networks can now enter the databases of WhatsApp. WhatsApp is a company that is separate on its own.
Because one must understand that an SMS comes from Vodacom
Yes.
or MTN.
Yes.
It becomes part of their product that is there
Yes.
if you have their SIM card.
Yes, yes.
Now, on WhatsApp, how make it
WhatsApp
make
is
sense?
a different service provider itself.
Make it make sense.
So it's a total different ball game. Now, when you're going to make the service provider of one network testify on the evidence inside the database of WhatsApp.
I want to see what is going to happen, because you see what this judge does. This judge goes and say things, and then he says the record, hey, this is what was said previously.
Yes, he did it
he
with
has
the ID number.
Yes, he has a tendency of saying, you see now, we talked about this WhatsApp. This WhatsApp is going to be the gospel truth.
Yes.
Whether you
Duplicates.
like it or not,
The numbers can be duplicates.
Watch the space.
It was his word first. He's
Yeah.
the one who brought the duplication, and now it's the gospel. And expect the service provider person to come and sing such a similar somewhat song.
On the issue of the duplicate numbers, someone who was very curious, thank you, our member, for sending this on Twitter. He went on to tag MTN, Vodacom, Cell C, and Telkom, and said, is it possible for two people to use same numbers concurrently? Are you able to retrieve phone records between the two people dated 15 years back? Now, here's the answer of that person from, I think, Vodacom Times State.
I like this, yes.
Hi there. Two people can't share a number. Please let us know if you're having issues with your number so we can help you.
15 years, did they answer that part?
They never answered the 15 years part, but that is what was answered.
Two people cannot share the same number.
No,
I know of instances where they recycle.
I know of that.
Yes, where a number maybe has been inactive for a very long time.
And then they reactivate it.
Yes, they give it to another person. But as for one or two people using one similar number at the same time.
So this is where, in a sense, you will be receiving SMSs of that person and all that. You know,
like
and
it's
then,
literally like a clone.
Eh.
Like you guys have the same the same number.
but duplicate number, a cell phone number is a unique number. That must be said. It is a unique number that is recyclable.
Yes.
Because they pay for these numbers, obviously.
Yes. So if it becomes inactive, Vodacom can give it to another person.
Yes.
That we've seen. However, of two people using one number at the same time,
it's a lie. Because imagine the situation you're using the two numbers. How is the system going to direct the cell phone to the right person?
So when you are receiving a phone call from your mom, for example, what is the guarantee that your mom will reach you and not reach the person that the number is being duplicated to? What are the chances? So that is interesting.
That was
right
just
there,
overreaching there.
I don't understand what is happening. In fact, I'm nervous.
But hold on to that, because it's going to become the gospel truth of that court.
Seen them do this so many times. We've seen them do it so many times. Forcing the unforceable to be recognized and to be the truth.
What is even worrying is that when we talk about Supreme Court.
Supreme Court of Appeal.
Yes.
He's saying that they need to understand.
He's even talking about even about the numbers, giving them a chance to go discuss. He's talking about Supreme. This man is prepared.
He's prepared for the West. He's prepared for the West. He knows this case will be appealed. And if he knows that it will be appealed, it means he already has a judgment. And his judgment is not in the favor of the accused.
Yes. He has taken the position. Because only one thing that can make sense here is that get these people into jail, they will appeal, they will get out, but the case is dead.
But the case has died. Both cases, in fact, have died.
The Senzo case is gone.
The 375 Nayo is not going to be resuscitated. So it's a win-win for everybody who's trying to cover themselves.
Do you understand?
Yes. So yeah, and honestly, if you think about it, if this Lungisani number, it's Lungisani's number, right? This cancels that entire connection with Kelly.
Yes, it does.
With accused number 5.
Yes, it does.
So at this moment, let us take a moment and pray for Lungisani that he makes it to that witness box.
Don't worry, you will make it.
You think so?
You will make it.
Because it.
KZN is not a playground. If he's in KZN, it's not a playground. KZN is not a playground.
And to
I think we saw that with the case of what is it? The Nongoma case. That was a clear sign that KZN is not a playground.
Yes, the one that they were trying to link to accused number 2.
Because now they ended up having a new document. I think
they created a new docket.
Like a duplicate of that, a continuation of that. I don't know.
Yes, but they don't have the original docket.
Yes.
But they have another docket against Danzi with no original docket from KZN Nongoma.
When the Mr. Yebu was supposed to go to KZN and find whatever draft that he had, he never went there.
No, he didn't go. He didn't.
That tells you.
Came back
KZN,
Joburg, to the court.
Water and paraffin. But you can see the lawyers in KZN.
Yes.
They are very key, those ones.
Yes.
They are sober.
Yes.
Before they even, before you even make them say something, they already said something that is contradicting to what you want them to say. Even though they will eventually budge it because
but initially
they create that cloud of doubt.
So should anything happen, they will revert
back to the original
and remind us that this initially had happened, and then we're like,
he's moving. Who is Mkwanas?
Yes. Remember how he recorded at night? I released it on Facebook. I was like, what is happening? Next thing you know, this is happening. They have been found. Next thing you know, they know it's not them. They have not been found. Please, the media, back off, please.
This is that guy. How smart of it. I was smart because what was pushing him to announce?
I don't know.
And then he reversed and we're just making sure that people were already arrested at the time. So KZN ones, they don't normally listen a lot. They don't take orders well.
One day we will look back at that moment. I'm telling you.
One day, hold it like that. But
let's
one day,
pack it.
I'm telling
one day it will have a proper explanation.
One day, we'll go back and say, what
is happening? Now we'll have the answers. One day is one day. I'm telling you, we're going to know the whole story behind what was happening there. So they have already indicated that Ms. Fillingham will be coming to testify. That's what Balayi said. And he was objecting, claiming that he didn't want to labor that point. And he said that Ms. Fillingham is the right person who will come and comment on that. The witness has said that he has not seen the Section 205s and he cannot comment on that. And what would be the point of putting someone's statements to a witness when he hasn't seen the Section 205s and any case that witness will be coming to testify? So this literally...
Hasn't this been done before?
It has so many times. And then when the person comes, they don't want to testify on what Veiws has done. It's the same modus operandi. It's the same. Like, we've seen this before.
No, but I'm saying this issue of a witness will come and testify, my lord. You can put that on record. Has been done before.
Yes, it has.
In this case, there's an assurance from the state that this woman coming to testify.
Yes.
Why should then Mshololo stop asking questions that are important to the person who has expertise?
Yes. Now she's being stopped. But when the state wants to labor on a point, they mention it that this witness will come and testify. But when the defense now does it, it's a problem.
Yes.
And the judge is allowing it. It's fine. Well, the judge asked Veiws if he did not analyze the Section 205 of Kelly Khumalo, and Steyn said that he did not. So Veiws said that he cannot comment on an extraction. He wanted to see the entire 205 and then he can do the analysis. That Steyn has done, by the way. But let me tell. Steyn has done the analysis on the Section 205 of Kelly Khumalo. You did not. Then why are you here? And you did not want to testify on it. Why are you here?
The problem with this, when Veiws was brought in here, he was standing in for Steyn. All of a sudden, it's additional stuff from what Steyn is doing. Like the position of Veiws is changing. It keeps on changing. So sometimes he would refer to what Steyn is saying. Sometimes when it suits him. And then later, if it doesn't suit him, he cannot testify on what Steyn is saying. But yet you are standing for someone. So, in a sense, when I say that there was evidence that was led here of AVL.
Yes.
If someone comes and say, I'm going to continue where this guy left, or I'm going to talk about, or I'm going to stand in for this guy, that person is capable of answering all the questions because he's an expert.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
Experts are experts of that thing. It does not change.
They know it.
So if you want to test the level of knowledge, you want to test the level of evidence, you have to ask that question. And in a sense, this person is not the first time testifying here, right? You are saying he's an expert. You cannot be an expert without testifying on the basis of Section 205 and other stuff, analyzing all those other things. That person has knowledge. When the judge wants to put more than the person is supposed to hear in court, he would say, this is an expert, please do ask that question.
Yes.
Now, when a question is posed that requires the expertise of this person, just because it is not in line with what the state would like to see, then the judge flips and say, no, you cannot ask that.
Yeah.
You know, what kind of biasness is this?
It is very biased. It is very, very biased. We are seeing it. And at this point, we are tired. But it is biasness to the extremity of it. So Veiws even said that Colonel Steyn had already testified about this, so he can't testify on what he found. So the judge said, but this allegation by Ms. Mshololo is that you are disassembling. She calls it running away from the truth. What is your comment there? Why is he asking this question?
No, the question is asked because then Mshololo, after making this man tremble, he then follows up by saying, you are not being genuine in your answering. You are not You're not being honest
Yes.
in your answering.
Yes.
So, and this is me saying it in a very nice way.
You can't run away from the truth.
And that is portraying this man as a liar, a witness that is not credible. So the judge is trying to enforce this credibility and clean him up, and he's been doing that with almost all these people that would come and testify, because that is a sign of a judge who does not want to rule against. He must clean all these witnesses so that when he references them on his judgment, it resonates with you.
Well, Ho said that he could not testify on behalf of Colonel Steyn. Well, Mshololo asked to read the extract for the 2nd of August, and the judge asked how it was going to help the court. They would rather wait for the service provider to come and testify. Now, this is a first where I hear an actual judge utter such comments. I am flabbergasted. I don't know what to make of this. So you are speaking on behalf of the state. The prosecutor is supposed to be doing this, and here you are taking charge. So Mshololo said that the reason why she decided to get clarity on that issue is because Colonel House was testifying in continuation of Colonel Steyn, who retired, and he had also been analyzing the records in this case. That is why she wanted him to comment on this issue, that these 2 entries of the 2nd of August 2014 and the 15th of August 2014 that say that Ms. Kelly Kumalo received a call from accused number 5 is not correct, because there are no records of such. Well, the judge said, but he is saying that he can't comment because he never analyzed them and he never saw the Section 205 records, taking Hose away from the heat and the situation
the funny thing
that he's faced with.
The funny thing is that they even forget their lies. When Steyn came, and when Steyn needed to be defended in his absence, the argument was that he did not look at the disc. When this guy comes, he says, I have Section 205, I've access to Section 205, so I've done everything. My analysis is actually the all-round analysis. But when he has to answer on that, he then says, no, I actually did not read Section 205. How are you going to proceed if a judge is excited and happy to hear that? In fact, even assisting, how are you going to proceed cross-examining fairly with no prejudice?
How?
There is no other way. You just have to, this same process, it happened to Diff. And if you ask me, the level of intelligence that you need to exercise, the muscle of intelligence that you need to exercise, emotional intelligence that you need to exercise, it gets tested each and every hour. And this is what happened to Diff. Because once you are treated as a mediocre, you end up going direct also, fighting fire by fire. And which is a mistake that the so-called LPC is waiting for.
Because you can even see with how Mshololo is conducting herself. It's
now and then
they are trying to get the reaction out of her.
Exactly.
But she refuses.
She must refuse by all means. Because at the end of this case, life should continue.
Bills should continue to be paid. Life should continue as you know it.
You see, the power has been exercised to this case to such an extent that a lawyer is reduced to almost nothing. I heard stories of some certain premier or something like that, where they said, if you are anarch, that means you are not behaving according to what they expect you to do. They would withdraw your whole money that they are paying for. They are paying you on, and put it in their bag and say, hey, come fetch your man.
At home.
It's here. Whether you are expecting your saral. Those are stories that you get, but I'm not saying it's a story that could have happened, but apparently there is a story like that in politics somewhere. It happened. They will withdraw your man and say, come. You know what they're doing?
No.
They are showing you that you are nothing actually without this saral. So when you come to the office, they say, Chief, hey man, look man, you must stop this thing of misbehaving. Here's your money there on that black plastic. Then you take your salary like that. But are you going to come back and revolt again? Now look at what is happening to Ramsipil. I don't know if you have noticed it. The issue of Ramsipil going up and down with the so-called, what is this thing? Is legal aid?
Yes, legal aid.
In terms of, was it for payments, right? Yes. Exercise of power. You must either keep quiet or behave yourself, in my own opinion. That's what this thing is saying. I mean, a case is still proceeding. There's no need to stop and deal with the issues of the saral.
No.
Now you have to go to chambers and deal with the issues of the saral.
And now they are saying they are going to be communicating via the court. What is that?
So that is the power. If there was there was truthfulness in this case, then the tab of these people being paid, it should just go on until the case is done. It's not like they don't see that these people are in court.
Why is she in Daba?
So you find lawyers now after such. Sometimes maybe, I don't think sometimes they tell us about this or we get to know about these things. But you find the lawyer being not to tell ngomatitibala. There's this thing as ngomatitibala tina ML. It's a 3 nyan. You know, when we used to play soccer, we used to use it as our own medication, so that the other team can actually. But abanye bawazi ngokuthi umabopha. You uyangingiza uba namalimi ngisho kumele ushaye igoli. So I'm sorry to those who do not understand, but I'm talking about the tree that we used to use for our football games in tournaments to actually try to minimize an opponent or to cripple the opponent. Yes, win the game easily. You know, that's how the lawyers sometimes feel. Sometimes we shout, "Hey, these lawyers are so quiet." But the lawyer is thinking about this legal aid that should pay the man.
They've got bills. They've got responsibilities.
Yes. But let's continue.
So just creating that inconvenience just to stress you so that you don't really focus on what is happening in court.
That is my opinion. Let's continue.
Well, then the judge said that the lady from the service provider will come and testify. This after Ho said that he started working on these evidence in September of 2023. So for me, I feel like maybe also this is where Mshololo also must consider making that application for host to be recalled to come and testify after that lady from the service provider is done, so that this can be solidified, it can be emphasized, and when she goes on for her arguments, it's without any gap of doubt. It is what it is. What do you think?
Look, you can always apply to recall the person, and that is a discretion of the judge whether they want to give
or
you
not.
So you
cannot, their fate is in the court.
Yes, you cannot. You can emphasize it now. The judge can see no reason.
Now I see why Steyn extracted himself from this mess.
It's a mess.
It's a mess. there's a possible creation of a link here of Kelly and accused number 5. And they are going to say that the number is duplicated or something. They're just going to come up with some excuse via the cell phone provider.
It's a call from, I don't know.
Allegedly.
They called each other through WhatsApp.
Yeah, because now they're bringing in the WhatsApp now. So Mshololo moved on to the numbers that they denied them. She said that she is done with the 2 entries that is not correct that accused number 5 called Miss Kelly Khumalo. Well, Balayi couldn't let her say this. He interjected and said that Mshololo is wrong for saying that it's unfair for counsel to make that submission when there is no evidence. He said that the lady from the service provider will come and testify. Okay, so the judge said that she knows that, she's saying Mshololo knows that. Mshololo knows that she can't make such a statement. Why shouldn't she? Has the state proved beyond reasonable doubt that that number belongs to accused number 5? I put it to you. She was putting it to horse. Why are they arguing her statement? So the judge said that she knows that, and he said that the assertion was not validated by evidence. And that she said that we all know what is the truth when the witness testified that he can't comment on that. Mshololo said that the state knows that is not the truth. Balayi said that they will not speak, or they will not be spoken to by Mshololo. They will speak for themselves. And it is not correct what Mshololo is saying. Mshololo said that they will address it at the closing of the case. And it's not true. The judge said that Mshololo, the court is the one that must establish what is true and what is not true. Not Mshololo or Mr. Balayi. It's the duty of the court. He said that she can present evidence to prove or disprove that. Then the court has to analyze objectively that the evidence and decide where the reasonableness is. So Mshololo said that it's very difficult. It's very difficult to accept it. Mshololo was looking at the state while she was saying this, that it's difficult for the state to accept this, that it's not true that accused number 5 is linked to Kelly Khumalo. They cannot accept it. And Balayi said, we don't want to repeat ourselves, but once again, Advocate Mshololo doesn't speak for us. The lady will come and explain. Was it a WhatsApp call or direct call? Now they are slotting in the WhatsApp now. What happens? So they are telling us that a person from the network provider will come and testify on WhatsApp, whereas WhatsApp is a separate company from any of the network providers. So they are not going to call a WhatsApp person. They're going to call a service provider from one service provider company to speak on WhatsApp. I give up. For those who believe what they want to believe, that the state,
This case is a clear definition of nonsense. I'm sorry.
Continue. I get. There's no hope for you.
If ever you open your mouth and say you see this case as a true representation of South African
I
law.
give up. There's no hope. It's okay. No one is coming to save you. It's fine. Continue believing what you want to believe. So what happens if someone calls another party on a WhatsApp call is what Balayi was saying, and we have explained that to Mshololo over and over. Now this gave me a sense also that they're now going to say that those calls were done via WhatsApp, and that that is the case. Then how does that network provider pull data from WhatsApp? If WhatsApp was around in 2014, was it able to make calls, or was it just text? So these are interesting. interesting points. So the judge added on that she's also going to explain the duplication of numbers. You know what this is giving? This is giving that this has been planned before. This has been discussed. There's a angle here. There's a element of we caucus about this thing.
Yes.
So Mshololo said that there will be no need. So yeah, Mshololo said that there are two numbers that they dispute: 073-05202 Fisokuhle Ntuli, and one of which is saved as Reggie of 0710291173, of which it was linked to Fisokuhle Ntuli's number that is said to be 0887983335. They got that number from XDS, and Ho said that it's about the consumer trace report that's not done by the police. Between the number 0710291173 and 0788798335, Ho said that he does not remember which one was saved as Reggie.
Right, Reggie. Thumbs up, guys. It's time we do that exercise. Just remind our people to like the video. Someone said it does not, send a WhatsApp and said it does not know how to like. But guys, you need to have YouTube app. That YouTube app, you need to press that like button there, the thumb button.
And if you are watching from a TV, just press the remote. Those arrows, you see those arrows on your remote of your TV, you go to these arrows. They will pop up a red line. Beneath that red line, you navigate with these arrows. You press down. You go to the like button. It's there. It's there. Press it. Press it. We'd highly appreciate it.
The liking, if you go to YouTube, direct YouTube, then you'll be able to like. But if you watch us from maybe someone who shared on Facebook, you need to log in on your Gmail.
YouTube, yes.
Yes. So that's why it will not allow you to like. It does happen also that I want to like someone's stuff, but because I got them from YouTube, now I need to go out of that. I mean, from Facebook, I need to go out of that and go to YouTube direct, and then be able to like the video, subscribe, share the video, and interact with the video as much as you can. And there will be adverts, obviously. Those adverts, they are us, unfortunately. That's why we have lights. That's why we can continue without
got a camera,
without asking you to say, hey, guys,
our little mic.
Please give us this much. Give us no. We're not going to do that. When you give because it comes from your heart.
Yes.
So we all that we request is like the video, share the video, comment on the video, and if you have what you have and you think we deserve it that night, super chat. Others gift other people membership, which is also in a sense paying us.
Yes.
So please do anything with the video that is correct,
and watch the ads. That's where I was going with the ads. Yes, I know some of them, they are unreasonably long. Those ones, then I'm not gonna say any negative thing because I'm using their platform. Yes.
But you know what to do. Maleme said people from other countries must make a plan. You must make a plan also if you face make a plan if you face a long advert. Yeah, let's continue. Let's finish up.
Yeah, okay. So the judge asked Hose if he remembers the dispute about accused number 2, about whether the photo that appeared on his affidavit that he said he lifted from the police records, that he normally, when police arrest a person, they take a photo of the person, that there was a number of that person after downloading of that person's cell phone. Hose did not remember such evidence. Haibo. Mr. Anonymous, isn't this regarding another witness This part that he's talking about. Host did not testify on photos of when people are getting arrested. Isn't this some other person? It's just that I can't remember whether the witness was of color of no color. I don't remember that part. But I do remember someone who came and specifically was testifying on the pictures that are taken after people are getting arrested. I don't remember host testifying on such. So I was wondering to myself, can't the judge why is the judge getting confused now? Dintang, you know? And I think it was with relation to the lack of a photo when accused number 1 was getting arrested.
Yeah.
Remember that part of evidence?
I remember it.
So he was slotting it in here for host to answer that when a person gets arrested, their picture is taken, their cell phone number is also taken. The desperation, I get. No, it's not right, Judge. So the judge said that Mr. Mgomezulu was taking host through that, and host said that he cannot remember. He doesn't remember because that never happened, Judge. You know, and all I saw was that the judge is fighting for the state like his life depends on it. But the concerning thing here is that it seems like he's enjoying it as well. That's the disturbing part. You know, he's enjoying it. He's enjoying defending the state and covering them and doing everything that he can. You know, and Mshololo said that they denied that number belonging to Reggie, and in host, even in his examination, and chief testified that it was saved as Reggie. I like how Mshololo just ignored this and she moved on with
That's the way, because you answer them, they are sensitive.
She just let them caucus about the photo and everything amongst
You answer
themselves.
them, they are sensitive. It becomes an issue. LPC is on your as.
Well, the host said that that's correct. Now the judge entered asking if the number of 0788798335 didn't her client admit that it is his number. Accused number 5 denied this number. Yes, guys, I went back and I checked. He denied this number.
You did?
He said he disputed it.
Did
He
you
said
even
that
need to check?
I had to check because
Because I was following Mshololo's evidence.
It was an argument.
The day before yesterday.
It just became this big thing. Let me go through it. Mshololo said that they denied that number. 07898335. 24th of October.
Mr. Listen, that one I was never even doubting it because I heard it.
The way he was hammering on it, I was like, how can Mshololo make such a mistake? I had to go and check. She's right. They disputed this number of.
We even said yesterday that
335.
out of 5 numbers, he only picked 1 as his number.
Yes.
And then the other 2, he knows them. Yes. But they are not his.
They are not his numbers. So Mshololo said that he admitted this number instead of 0733059202. Balayi said that it is not correct. He admitted the number and mentioned the name Batembekile, or at the time they said it was Batetelele, who is the mother of accused number 5, who is deceased. The judge said that he listens and makes notes. So Mshololo said that she never said that they are changing the number belonging to the mother of accused. She started shouting now. I've never said anything about that. And I don't know the reason why the state is standing up when I'm cross-examining. Because you can note that down and do that in re-examination. That is not the procedure to disturb when counsel is doing cross-examination. Balayi said that counsel does not have to raise her voice. And when someone gaslights you, that is what was happening. For people who don't understand what gaslighting is, that's what was happening to Mshololo. That was being done to her intentionally. They wanted a reaction out of her. But she took her reaction to the state. She never took it to the judge. She took it to the state.
Because the judge will piss the hell out of you.
Yeah. Even when the judge was the one coming for her, she took it at the state. So Balayi said that counsel does not have to raise her voice, and secondly, they submit that it is within their rights to put the correct information before the court. Then the judge asked Balayi what Mshololo's session was yesterday, because Balayi had agreed. Check this out. He had agreed with the judge. Then Mshololo said that it is wrong for the state to respond on her behalf. She's the one who was cross-examining. But then the judge ignored Mshololo and said that, Mshololo, please, there is a decorum in court. It's not a tavern. I normally attend taverns in Soweto. Mshololo responded and said, you know what? I don't attend taverns. I don't know the procedure of taverns.
That's why they had to have an early adjournment. Because that was some clapback for days. I mean, that was a huge one. You know, the judge thought he was clapping, but we should have clapped back twice. On that one, it's a clapback. Because, I mean, no one understands the decorum of that place until they go there.
And the judge said, that's why you don't know what happens in a tavern.
Because I don't go there. What is wrong with that? It is okay not knowing, Judge. It is okay not knowing. You go there and study them. I don't know how you study them. But it is fine not knowing. It is fine. It is well not knowing.
Guys, I'm sorry. This made my day. I'm still laughing about it even now. It was that bad. My lord, I don't know the procedure of taverns. I don't know the procedure. The judge wanted Advocate Balayi to continue clarifying the numbers. And Balayi mentioned them. 0769735517 belongs to the late mother of accused number 5. The name is Batetelele Zungu. And the number 0730599202 was the one that was admitted belonging to the accused. Not the one the judge was saying, ending with 395 or whatever. Not that one, no. The same one that they admitted. It didn't change. So after that, and mind you, Advocate Balayi was reading from his own notes. And yet he was agreeing with the judge to say that that wrong number. I don't understand what's happening with these people. I don't get it. I don't get it. I mean, what is the issue? The issue here is that they're disturbing her cross-examination. They're disturbing it and they're doing it on purpose. I don't understand. The judge is interfering a little too much. Like, but at the end of the day, that number that the judge was asking about, it's not the number that accused number 5 said that they were admitting. Okay. So that number of 07798335, no, that's it. It's not the one. And the judge noticed how he, after finding out that information, he now, that must have been embarrassing, hey?
It is, Mr. Illicit.
He kept his cool, but it would explain why we had an early adjournment today. Yeah, that must have landed hard. Mshololo then moved on to the second number that they admitted, which is 0764270007. And Mshololo clarified to host that she was not asking him in respect to the two numbers that they admitted, but on the 0787983351. So Mshololo said that she wanted clarity on that number they denied, which is 0787983335. She wanted to know how it was linked to Mr. Ntuli. Ho said that it was from the consumer credit report, and that is not done by the police but by the private company. As soon as you apply for credit, clothes, bank, or anything, that the number will be on the credit control tracing board, and it was not identified by the investigation team, or through investigation it was done by the consumer credit report.
Now so, here's the correction that is being made here. Yesterday, the day before yesterday, Host was talking about these numbers given by the investigation team. Perhaps there was a bit of cautioning, hey chief, you must reduce that thing.
Now he's coming back with the consumer credit report again.
What is the need of him saying that it's not by the investigation team?
It's not by the
What
police.
necessitated that additional piece of information?
Yeah, he slid it in there. He slid it in there that it's not by the police, it's by the private company. And notice how he has also reduced saying that it was given to me by the investigation team.
Yes.
Now he's gone back to the credit report as if he analyzed the credit report as well. It's gone back to that.
Because you are saying the investigation team came with this. So that is not good for this case.
Well, Ho said that Ntuli gave those numbers to the creditors on the 29th of January 2015 and the 12th of November 2012. So Mshololo asked to have a word with her client, and the judge said that this evidence, Mshololo was traversing it for the second time because he wanted to know on which particular dates did the Credit Consumer Bureau undertake these numbers. He says that he wrote them down. He asked, how does the consumer link all these numbers? And he answered that they are all linked by an ID of accused number 5. This was his own evidence yesterday, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
He's the one who said this. Host never said that. He's the one who put it to Host, and Host just agreed because it's the judge. It was time to disagree with the judge. So he's the one who introduced this whole thing of saying that from the credit report, they probably linked the cell phone numbers using the ID. Because common sense, when you apply for credit, obviously your ID is there somewhere. You know, that is what he said. Now he's putting it that Host is the one who said it. Because it wouldn't make sense to him, he said, if you take credit at OK Bazaars, it does not give the ID number. How would they know who the person who is applying for credit is? Because they may have a name and an address. And then he wandered off. That is a phenomena that places itself in South Africa, where you find a guy stealing your ID and then buys furniture as host.
Explaining now
Fraud.
why the information is not verifiable. It's not good information to present in court on behalf of host and the defense of the states itself, and the investigator included there. The system is not a reliable source. Now you are trying on the other side to say that these people were stealing Danzi's phone, they were stealing Danzi's ID number, using their cell phone or using whatever that. So you are adding an element of fraud.
Yes.
And why?
Why?
Because House is about to read nonsense, in my opinion.
Well, Mshololo said that he referred to the testimony where Host said he linked it because it was saved under the name Reggie. And the judge said, yeah, fine. But did he link all of them to the Consumer Council? And Mshololo said that what she was putting to the witness is what he said on record. And the judge asked that the Consumer Council, does it not take your fingerprint? Saying one would say it was a safe proof of identity. You can give them my Diba's ID number. And then what happens? We go to Kunu. Well, in my opinion, it felt like he was wishing that there was more evidence. This in itself demonstrates that evidence is not evidencing.
Yes.
Because why would you bring up that you wish that there was a fingerprint instead? That way it would have definitely, without a shadow of a doubt, pointed that it's accused number 5. Why are you wishing for such when you already claim you have solid evidence before you? So the evidence is not evidencing, in my opinion. So Mshololo came back and said that Host that Mr. Ntuli denied that the address that Host gave is his address there, corner of Main and Market Room in Benoni. Host said that he could not comment on that. and he followed up on the report of Consumer Goods Council. Advocate Mshololo was finished with her cross-examination and let us all congratulate her. It was a job well done. It was exceptional. Black excellence right there. I don't remember the last time I last saw her on fire like this. So she was well prepared. And I give it to her. I give it to her. So the state wanted to reopen the case to lead the additional information. Balayi said that they submit the witness to be allowed to read the totality of the statements. It's in the interest of justice that this evidence be led in court. He quoted R versus Hepworth, that criminal proceedings are not a game, blah, blah, blah. The duty of the judge is to see that the justice is done, wara wara. Balayi quoted various case laws as well to argue for that application. And then he said that we submit the state be allowed to re-examine this witness on those aspects. Defense lawyer advocate Mshololo responded saying that considering the fact that the accused have a right to a fair trial, the state must bear in mind that this is a second application that they have made. The accused are also entitled to a speedy trial. The lawyer for accused number 2, Admissible, had no objection. Nisi also had no objection. Ngumalo also had no objection, and in fact he said that this will assist his client. So it seems like there's a distinction, in my opinion, between legal aid as well as people that are being paid independently. Mshololo is the only one here who's concerned about the speedy trial. The rest are not. Because this was a valid thing to raise.
Yes.
Because this additional information, honestly, Mshololo knows it's not going to do anything, guys. Maybe those of you are expecting that the state has something there. There's nothing there. So it's a further extension of hosts sitting there and buying time. Who are we buying time now is a question that I'm asking myself. Who do you think is being bought time to come and testify? Or they just want to move from host to Mangena straight away? I don't know. Maybe they don't want a witness in between host and Mangena coming back to testify, and the ballistic expert. So Judge Ratha made a ruling as well. He said that this is not new information. He in fact emphasized it, that the disc was provided to the defense last year, but was not compatible for them to view. I think, that was pretty much it. And then there was a adjournment. The state came back, and now they said that they were going to lead additional statements by host. Balayi referred host to the affidavit DD5B. This was deposed in April 2024, this year. This year, they wrote another statement for host, and host confirmed that he signed it, and he read the affidavit. He says that he was instructed to check if there was communication between the accused. He clarified that this is additional statement to his original statement. Host dealt with the extraction of data from accused number 1, Muzaukalela's phone. He was even struggling to pronounce the name, calling it Muzikalele or something like that. And he went over the terminology as well. SMS being a short message. I think at some point they were asked +27. What does it mean? It's the code for South Africa. It was exhausting. But also an issue came up around how the evidence will be led. The court was trying to decide if host should read the whole document or only stick to what was relevant to the case. The judge said that both the defense and the state will need to sit down so that they don't go over information that is not necessary. So the defense and state will decide together on how host will continue with his evidence to read the whole document or affidavit, or just refer to the telephone numbers which are applicable to the case. Then they adjourned for Monday. But before they would adjourn, an issue was brought up where the media made a application, not really application, they made a request to the court that the court can please be stood down for the election so that they go and cover the elections thoroughly. You guys know during voting days, those 2 days when the voting is happening, you'll find that people are speaking to voters in queues. You know, the media is there where people are queuing to go and vote at the stations. The media is everywhere, even at the IEC where the votes are being counted. They're speaking to political parties. So it's a big media coverage. And they're saying that they would not be able to cover the trial. But the interesting thing here is that the defense counsel, all of them, they refused. And I have to ask now, on the days that we vote, don't we usually have it like as a holiday, or am I being delulu or something? Didn't that happen in the past where on the day that we are voting, it's considered a holiday? What happened to that?
I don't know.
And also, they said that they must make an application. The judge said that they must make an application. They are refusing. So the media must make an application. And if they are refusing, already it's giving a hint that if they are refusing, then they are going to refuse the application as well. And yeah, and another interesting thing, you guys, the media, apparently they are outside. I was shocked to find out the information out. We have not been seeing our regular journalists in that court for quite a while. Yesterday we saw them, but it was only for yesterday. Today they were not visible again. Turns out they are sitting outside. Isn't that strange? That's very strange. So you can call in. My headsets are on, Mr. Anonymous, and yeah, I'm ready to receive what you guys have to say. Because wow, a lot of strange things are happening in that court. Very strange. So you guys are putting the media, they're sitting outside of the court because the judge wanted to ask one of them or something, and they're like, no, they're outside. What? So all this time we have not been seeing them. They are sitting outside. So you are trying to tell me that they're doing the work like how I'm doing it, watching on a device, but they're outside the court.
Right. Let me just get these quick messages into the record. Good evening, which in my side it should be good morning because Mr. Anonymous and Emily, the duty to be courteous is not one-sided. It is owed by both the lawyers and the judge to each other. The judge has failed to observe this duty. Regrettably, none of the lawyers has found it fit to remind him of his obligation. The judge is downright rude, and he's not even ashamed of what he is doing is an abuse of power to strengthen his hand against the defense lawyer. He's doing it to silence the voice of those accused and feed his appetite to appease the state through his clear bias against justice and the accused in favor of the state. The trial procedure is clear. It is examination in chief, cross-examination and re-examination. It is after re-examination that the judge can take the chance to clarify what may have not been clear in the evidence of the witness. The judge has no right to descend into the arena the way he does by helping the state witness and even testifying himself. A witness has no right to speak while under cross-examination unless he is answering the question from the defense attorney. What host did, aided by the judge today, was procedurally flawed and unfair. A witness had no right to clarify anything he has not been asked anyway. He answers questions, but questions put to him. He does not volunteer anything not asked. His clarification ought to have been done by under re-examination. not while under cross-examination, not even responding to any question. The way this judge behaves is in court, with his side remarks laced with making up faces and defense lawyers and aiding the state witness, shows how tainted this judge is. This is very embarrassing. Sometimes I wonder why I'm wasting my time watching the trial and not waiting for Mr. and Master and Emily. Pardon me for the textbook. I have just too much to say, but must allow others to speak and write as well. Good night. This is someone also sent something like WhatsApp edit voice calls between accounts in March and April 2015, and the video calls in November 2016. By June 2016, WhatsApp reported that over 100 million voice calls were being made to the app every day. Hi, Mr. Elmas and Emily. This is the fact about WhatsApp. I'm drawing your attention. I honestly respect the defense, in particular Mshololo. She is honestly putting up a good fight. Evening to you guys, Zeno 85. That's very simple. When you are hacked, you won't receive any calls. This is someone here. Somebody is calling Mzansi. Hello. Mzansi, hello. Hey, how are you?
Good, man. How are you?
Yes, sir.
Oh, I'm good.
Hey, you are breaking.
Hello,
Breaking.
You are breaking.
Hello.
Hello, can you hear us?
Can you hear me?
No, we are struggling to hear you.
Can you hear me now?
We are still struggling.
I'm still breaking.
Yes. So we will pass you, we'll come back to you.
Yeah, it's really breaking.
Zanzi, hello.
Can you hear me now?
I've got,
come back.
yeah, just come back.
Hello?
Hello, how are you?
Hello?
Hi, how are you?
Hi.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you. Shoot.
Hi, Emily. Hi, Anno.
Hi.
Yeah, I'll shoot, guys. Thank you so much for your so much informative program. I've been watching you guys for a very long time. I've never been able to call,
Yes.
but today I thought I have the guts to call. I used to listen to the SABC. I used to listen to Cassandra. After the analysis, then I soon realized that these guys were captured. They were so biased. It was so painful. As soon as I started listening to your program, then that's when I realized that you guys were so fair and everything that you guys were covering was fair and honest. Following up onto this case, it's so painful to see how biased the judge is. The judge is so painfully so biased. The arguments and the arguments and disputes between the judge and Mshololo today was so embarrassing.
Yeah.
In my opinion, in my understanding, is a judge is meant to be neutral.
Yes.
What the judge is doing is supposed to be what Balayi is meant to be doing. But the judge seems to be the state and the court. The judge defends the state and attacks Mshololo. I honestly feel sorry for Mshololo. And I would say we need to take our heads off her bravery. And if it was me, I would have walked away. You know, as a lady, as a woman, to be attacked by the judge who's meant to be neutral is so painful. She can't even finish a sentence. Today we saw it when she's trying to build, when she's trying to cook, she's slaughtered by the judge. But she stood the ground today. And I hope that number that she came up with to say it belongs to someone else. I was just hoping she could bring the dates to say uh, this person is on this phone from this day until now. Because what you don't want to see is to see that when they come back, they'll be saying, "Oh, this number was owned by this lady or this man from this day when this person was in jail, and it wasn't used for this long." I just hope that number can save us. It is so painful to see how this court is going and how they're conducting themselves. I just hope there should be a way. The public is watching. What can us as South African do to get rid of this judge? This judge definitely is going to find these men guilty. Whatever happens, the new evidence is ridiculous. How would you come up with new evidence when those guys are probably met after court, when they went to court, they exchange numbers. There's nothing, the communication has nothing to do with 2014. And then the judge does not see anything wrong with the numbers and the communication being after 2014 when they had attended court. It is very normal for you to be drugged with someone and say you committed this crime, for you to exchange numbers and start communication. There's no mention of text messages. There's no mention of the communication. What were they talking about? So I honestly, this is an embarrassing court. I live in the United Kingdom. I attend a lot of courts. I see the proceedings. I've never seen a judge interfering. This is the first time I've seen a judge interfering, and it's so embarrassing, to be honest.
It is.
That's my 2 cents, guys. Thank you so much. I've been watching your program. My next step is to start supporting you guys and at least give you something to appreciate your coverage. Thank you so much. Emily, you're great. Mr. Arno, you're great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, bye.
Yeah, someone from the UK saying that they've never seen anything
Yes.
like what we are seeing in South Africa right now in that court, at the Pretoria High Court in the Senzo Meyiwa Trial. We have never seen anything like that.
Zanzelo?
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Yes, how are you?
We're great. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. I'm on the road still, but I just wanted to say one thing. I don't blame Mshololo for today. Maybe other people, they're blaming her, that she's being too emotional. This case is big.
Yes.
And the judge. So I feel like every time, I feel like I'm wasting my time because, like, the judge guy, putting so obvious, so obvious. And but again, I'm glad this case is in Pretoria, because if I was in case at time, trust me, you are not going to survive this trial. Not a chance. Not a chance. Not a chance.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, the judge guy.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. The judge. He's too much. He's too much. Well, Mshololo, she wanted to cry even. The judge is too much. The judge is just too much. The judge, I don't know. I don't know why can't you just lock up this guy when you know? Because this is sick. Honestly, this is sick. And I'm wondering, the people of this country, what are they saying? Nothing. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. But this is sick. I already know if I'm so going to be in South Africa, if I die, and might not even get started.
Aish.
And touching on of the small boat that died in, I don't know if it's Pretoria or Shangu or something like that. They arrested people hijacking cars. But I doubt they arrested people that really killed the boy. Because they are saying they're not guys South Africa. I don't know. I don't know what to say anymore. I love you guys. Continue to do a good job. Things said by touching on Nkwanazi. I'm even scared if this guy will survive in this country. Because I'm sure these guys like Biggie, they don't like him. Because he's doing the right thing. But anyway, okay, love you guys. Stay blessed.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And
Okay, and thank you so much, bye.
Our caller forgot allegedly. Everything is alleged.
As alleged. Right. Zanzi, hello.
Hi guys, how are you?
We're good. How are you?
Good. We are good.
I'm okay.
Yes.
Just a few thoughts.
Yes.
Can we be political for a second? Is that fine?
As long as you don't drop the names.
Okay. So we've got elections coming up now.
Yeah.
And I'm on the fence about who to vote for now.
Yeah.
Hey, but this case going on like this and the ruling party allowing it to go on like this is telling me I cannot vote for the ruling party. If they're allowing for such to continue, I just cannot. This is shocking. Like every day, guys, it's kaka after it's kaka. Every day we get angry, and the following day we are angrier than the previous day.
Yes.
You know, this judge
currently.
The other issue this judge is gonna have is that when they are writing their submissions, when the case ends, he's gonna be on so much of the evidence. It's gonna be crazy. It's going to be what the judge said, not what the witness said. It's just going to be him, and him. Like you were mentioning earlier just now, that some of the evidence the Uchos didn't say it was the judge. You know,
Yes.
you know. So that's one thing. The other thing is that, as far as I'm aware, WhatsApp calls were not there in 2014.
Yes, that's true. Can confirm that.
WhatsApp calls, I think, were there from 2016. So this WhatsApp call story that they're trying to put in somehow, some way, I'm not sure where they're going with that. This duplication of numbers thing, hey, guys, duplication of numbers, they happen.
I
know, guys.
One network provider says no.
You know, lo muntu ozofika wa Vodacom owe state uzobe kwisite labani le state phela uzovumelana nabo nje phela uzobe khokheliwe njengana labanye bekhokheliwe ngiyazi sithi allegedly akho allegedly la bakhokheliwe labantu phethu sikhathele labantu phethu idlalwa ngathi la
yeah.
Kumosa isikhathi sethu kumosa idata yethu ngizoqhubeka nje lezuka ngikhale ngiyakhumbula sayiqala le show na nihlezi ni on the fence kancane emakhulunywa lezinto as time has gone on I'm stuck on the fence nanihinda angisayindi manje ngoba ku obvious for everyone to see. Umshololo can't even finish a sentence.
No.
Uyayaziwa la eyakhona Mshololo she's on the right track. Mshololo was brilliant the last 2 days.
No, very
she
brilliant.
Was magnificent.
Yes, brilliant.
She was magnificent. She got the judge to actually hang himself. She got the judge to say things that he must not be saying. And who Justice Mlambo, whoever's watching, they will be shocked when they go through what happened in the court the last 2 days. Because it was just so much going on the last 2 days. It's clear. if unkani phoned uKelly on Kelly's 205 kumele kuvele number yankani ayikho
Yes.
ayikho kanjani kuyavela ukuthi obviously bayiphekile and then uzothi hayi ube number 5 why ungalindi ubaloyi re-examine and then say une number 5 wangalindi lokho and then imessage una 5 numbers avezeke yivi lo number 5 ekoyakheli-ke that the guy phoned-ke. Why don't you wait for that one? Why are you intervening while Mshololo is still going?
Yeah.
You know. Anyway, thank you guys. Have a good evening.
Thank you.
Hi, you've made your point, Uzwakele.
We still say
Yes,
allegedly.
allegedly.
Right. Yeah, come. I wait for your calls. I wait for your voices. I wait for anything that we can see. People are typing. People are saying things. Someone is calling. Let's say Mzansi, hello. Mzansi, hello. Mzansi, hello.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Hello.
Yes.
Yes. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
We're good. We're good. Yeah, you can shoot.
Thank you so much. Good evening, guys. Good morning. In fact, I just want to say 3 things. Firstly, this whole trial took me back to an old Isixhosa novel, which was about a trial. And it ends with a poem which says, "Godukani zize liphelile ityala." I feel this has ended. In April, the case ended, finished. And now they are just saving face. There is nothing to it. And we will go to SCA, and there they don't play. If you've watched cases at SCA, they do not play. If they think Abondanzi are poor guys, they have another thing coming. If they think they won't afford an appeal, they have another thing coming. So many people are on this case. So many people are willing to give their finances for justice. Also, the saddest thing is that they even forgot about Senzo and his family. That is totally forgotten, which is so sad. Another thing, just the last point I want to make, is that what exactly does Steyn and who is this host, what exactly do they do? So if they are analysts, as we understand analysts to be people who bring out an object and take out all the elements of the object,
yes,
how is it that they are given? Shouldn't they be able to pick these things up? They are given everything. They are given the downloads, and then the numbers are assigned, the names are assigned to the numbers that are on the download. So in practical terms, what exactly do they do themselves?
Good question.
What type of analysis do they perform? I get it, it's said that they are analysts.
Yes.
And we know what analysts do. I'm in research. I know what analysis is in my field of work. I'm sure some of you guys are in data, deal with data.
Yes.
You all know what this kind of data, electronic data, what an analysis means in that field. What it means. So they mustn't play with us. Remember, Mshololo actually dealt with Steyn. I think the reason Steyn is not back, it's not because he saw lies. He entered into lies. He knew what he was entering. He was getting himself into from the beginning. But Mshololo dealt with him and exposed that you are actually not an expert of anything. You have short courses, 2 week courses. You are not an expert of anything. It's the same with host. I hope you saw him with Balayi laughing at the end of it, together with another young black lady, laughing at the end of it. They were giggling. I'm not sure if those were giggles of embarrassment or what, but they were giggling at the end
because they know they're just taking chances. But I'm glad that Mshololo dealt with him and left no pieces, left no crumbs on the ground. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for calling and sharing your opinion like that. Thank you so much, guys.
Zanzelo.
Good evening, Zanzi.
Morning. How are you?
Morning. Can I? How are you, Millie?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. Can I shoot?
Yes.
Just shoot.
Okay, no, I mean that's it. I think when it comes to his clutching at straws right now, especially when it comes to the way he keeps on trying to distract Mshololo.
Yes.
He stands up and he says, "No, my lord, it could be that the numbers are duplicate." He's saying that he's the one who's supposed to tell us that no, it's not a duplicate, it's your number. Like he's the state. He's the one who's supposed to be proving. Now he's putting doubt in the version of the accused instead of putting his case beyond reasonable doubt. So that's the job of the defense. The defense must be poking doubt in his case, not him poking doubt in what the version of the accused is saying, because he's saying that number belongs to Lungisan. Now he comes and he says, "No, my lord, it could be a duplicate." You don't know as a state at this stage. You should know because you are the one who said that is supposed to prove that evidence. So, and then he comes and then he says, "No, it could be WhatsApp call." Like, how can it be WhatsApp call? Because WhatsApp has nothing to do with the cell phone number in terms of calling. Yes. I can right now I can switch off I can switch off everything here in terms of my SIM card, just connect only to the internet and I can be able to make WhatsApp calls.
Yes.
So Vodacom won't know that my thing, because I'm using internet. I'm not using, it's not connecting to the towers. It's connecting to Google in terms of the
yes.
Balayi, so if that lady comes and she says no, it could be WhatsApp call, then she must be questioned in terms of what does she mean by that, because and besides we know that the WhatsApp was only introduced in 2015. So what Balayi is trying to do is trying to just put many cast doubt, but that's not his job. His job is not to cast out, at least at this stage, because the guys are not yet understand. They're not yet, because the 174 application is not yet in, so the guys are not yet testifying their evidence on this, and whereby he can now start poking holes in cross-examination. He's busy poking holes in the version that is put to his own witnesses instead of proving his witnesses beyond reasonable doubt, so that his witnesses are the ones that prevail. Now he's casting doubt on the other version. So it doesn't, but obviously Ratha is there, he's going to support him and he's going to add with the doubt also. So he's going to be, so he's saying, hey, they must call that lady. That lady, what's going to happen is that lady will not come there and lie, because she's going to implicate Vodacom. People are going to lose confidence in Vodacom. Already Vodacom has issues with the please call me. So they're not in good books in terms of just how people are looking at them. So if they want to come and start lying there and make things up that are ridiculous, I mean, society, South Africa, we're not stupid. We're going to say, no, Vodacom, what's going on? Then they're obviously going to start losing clients as well. So they cannot just compromise all of this just by Balayi. And also, I think what a lot of people, because I've been also following quite a few pages in terms of just understanding the interest around this case. So I see that obviously there are opposing views, there are different views. However, for me, I think I'm not saying I've picked any side. I'm just observing, and just trying to, because for me, the most important thing is that it's not really about, whether the guys are guilty or not. For me, it's about the proceedings in terms of precedence, because whatever is decided by Ratha here, you must know that it's precedence, which means you too, next time, if something happens to you, they can use 12 files from other cases. They can, everything can just be a mess in your case, because it sets a precedence in our law, and it becomes law. That becomes the Bible. So going forward, even if you are not in the, so that's my only issue, that even if the guys do the right thing, so that you instill confidence, and that we know that, okay, even if, the guys are not guilty, then at least, the process is followed. But now, if you are doing all these things that are funny, and then the judge accepts it, it becomes law. They can quote it in the next court, in the next court case. They can quote Ratha and say, hey, Ratha accepted all these funny things, and it's law. So I think that's what a lot of people are missing. It's just, we're just battling whether they are guilty or not. But the bigger picture here is the precedence that is going to be set going forward for trials. So I guess that's just the bigger point that we need to look at as we make these comments and we analyze. That's it.
Most definitely. Thank you for calling. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing your opinion and letting us know of, at the end of the day, what is the precedence of all of this? Like, how will it affect me if I find myself in a court of law as an accused? Is this cause going to be quoted against me?
Zanzelo.
That's a reality in my life.
Yes,
Hi,
how are you? Sure.
You are live.
Okay. I just wanted to comment on the whole WhatsApp thing and numbers being duplicated. Actually, I have a friend who was using their old WhatsApp number on WhatsApp, and they decided not to use the number for calling. So what happened is the network provider decided, okay, this number hasn't been active, and they decided to give the number to someone else. So what happened is my friend's WhatsApp was no longer working because they're no longer using that number. They gave the number to someone else. So I'm trying to say that it's impossible for me to be using a WhatsApp when that with a number that does no longer belong to me in terms of being able to do direct phone calls. Thanks a lot, Mzansi. Bye.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for that clarity, because...
Zanzi, hello.
Hey, good morning.
Morning.
Oh, can you hear me there?
Yes, we can.
Yeah. Okay, can I rant?
Please do.
Rant, please.
One day, I'm just joking. One day, Sister Emel, today you can rant as much as you want and corrected yourself. But anyway, what I want to say, I will start on the duplication, not duplication as such, but close to duplication. When cell phones came in, I think 93, 94, MTN came as 083 and Vodacom came as 082. And then when people got into these cell phones, I'm a number, Apela, then they went to 073 over MTN.
Yes.
And then they went somewhere again for Vodacom. Now, what happened to my phone? My phone was 083. Then the rest of the numbers was exactly the same of someone who had 08, 073. So what happened there, I could get calls for that person, and we ended up calling each other. Now, I should know, you know what? Even me, they calling me, they look for you. Even me, I said, yeah, even me, they calling me, looking for you. So it was 073 and 083. All those numbers, 7 numbers, they are the same.
They're the same.
So it used to happen, but when the time went on, I think they dealt with it. So that duplication, it was by then. I don't think it's happening now. Now, the next issue is on the the next issue I want to comment is on the cell phone issue, on cell phones again. Yeah, this cell phone issue, I think they're taking it now because they realized, you know, as black people, this thing is so difficult for us. It's like complicated. It's something that is very, very complicated for black people, the cell phone. To analyze it, to know exactly what the nitty-gritties are on as black people is taken as a very, very difficult thing. That's why I think maybe they are running with it, trying to confuse and forgetting which so we are found manje. People are learning this day. Thank you very much, Nyabo.
Thank you.
Shut.
Zanzi, hello.
Hi, Mr. Anonymous. Hi, Emily. How are you guys doing?
Doing great, and you?
I am okay, but our hearts are aching for Mshololo.
Yeah.
But anyways, I wanted to tackle one thing. I wanted to tackle the thing of WhatsApp data and or WhatsApp call. Sorry.
Yes.
Excuse me. I wanted to find out ukuthi bazo retrieve kanjani data from WhatsApp, because sometimes you are able to use your WhatsApp even in your computer and your laptop without using a SIM card, without needing even in So I really wonder how are they going to be going around that. And another thing that I wanted to tell you guys is that Pinky from Vodacom,
yes,
that is supposed to come and testify,
yes,
with this date, Pinky was once suspended for wrongdoings. Lamashenanigans lawa ubalo yafuna ukumfaka kuwona. She was once suspended for a long suspension for 3 years, and wahlala nje kuyona, so putting a company in the firing line. So I don't think she's going to come back and do the same thing again. So that's what I wanted you guys ukuthi nazi ukuthi uPinky was once suspended for 3 years. Angeke aphinde abuye futhi azowenza into once she was caught on, and uVodacom bambuyisa futhi back. So she bayamazi vele ukuthi izinto aphila ngazo lezi kanje. But anyways, thank you.
Hey, thank you. Thank you very much. Right.
Thank you very much.
You know,
for that alleged information.
That's alleged information. We will still
Thank
put
you
alleged.
very much.
Okay. This is I don't know if you've noticed. It seems as if everyone who has come to this case to testify something has got a history of something that has happened. Something. It's like we've got something on you. You give us 1, 2, 3. I'm not saying that is the case. That's my opinion. Yeah.
And some have got promotions and stuff.
Yeah. Remember the allegations about Zungu? Yebo. Yeah.
There were allegations about Zungu going around.
So
heavy stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Pinky. Google me, right, people? I think this was it is nice to close with this caller, but just I saw someone's recording a wrong thing. If it's long, I'm gonna have to cut it, but let's try.
Hello, Mr. Anonymous. Hello, Miss Emily.
Yes.
How you all being? This is Marcella calling from USA. I've been calling in a long time, but I've been doing some serious stuff. But I've been following you all, and I've been following the case. I just want to say something here. There's a lot of things we need to watch and pay attention. The whole case from the beginning, it was fucked up. Even the police who went to the house from the beginning, they were supposed to get everybody who was in the house. Same night. It doesn't matter they were at the hospital or they were at the house, wherever. But the same night, as soon as the police arrive, they were supposed to go and take them, give them a test to make sure if there's any one of them who shot a gun. The same night, the police were supposed to make sure they get everybody who was in the house and go and give them a test to make sure none of them shot a gun. But they didn't do it. They didn't. Number two, another lady came and cleaned up the house. That's the big, big mistake. But the police don't care about that. Even the prosecutors, they don't care about that. So this case from the beginning was messed up. The same people who were in the house the same night, they were supposed to take all of them, take them to jail, to interrogate them separately, same night. But the police failed to do that. So all these things going on today is going to go forever. It's going to go forever because the state knows these 5 guys, they are not the guys. And I feel sorry for Ntanzi. I mean, I feel sorry for all of them. I feel sorry for all of them, but some of them, they're just doing time for other mistakes they made or whatever. But Ntanzi, every time I watch this court proceeding, I look at Ntanzi, I cry. I cry. That's South Africa. South Africa. We're talking about South Africa. We were complaining about apartheid and everything. Now, we're dealing with apartheid with a black prosecutor, black judge. Every day I'm asking myself, how many people, how many innocent people are in prison today because of Balayi? How many innocent people are in prison today because this judge? You can see him. Everything, like Zulu said it, everything's cooked. And even the defense, everybody see it, everything, there's no case here. Those 5 guys, they need to let them go. There's no case. This judge is one of those judges in those times of apartheid. They didn't just go and get him. He retired. So the state and Balayi and them, they know who we can go and get. They know. They didn't just go and say, let's go and get a good judge. No. They know he's going to be on their side. There's money on the table. You come here and do this 1, 2, 3. You can see the way he acts. Those guys go to prison already. Right now, we're just pushing time and everything, but it is so painful for Meyiwa family watching this kind of stuff. What kind of judge is this? This judge needs to go. I'm asking myself, what about some of the top lawyers, top advocates, when they watch this case, when they see this judge, the way he acts, what are they saying? He said something before about Mshololo, and he apologized. And I knew he didn't mean it. Today, he's talking about the club. I'm going to the clubs sometimes in Soweto. A judge talking about the clubs. People's lives are on the line. This is not a joke. This is serious. This is not a joke. And he's going to sentence them because there's money on the table. I agree with Mr. Anonymous. The other day you said something about if somebody can come and confess and say, I know who's the killer. This judge is not going to take it. The prosecutor is not going to take it. Because there's money on the table paid. But it's a shame. It's a shame in South Africa. But I ask myself every day, how many innocent guys are in prison today? They left their wives, they left their kids, they are in prison today. But they are innocent. But they are in prison today because of this judge. They are in prison today because of these prosecutors. Even that other one, this young dumbass prosecutor, Subanda, He accused Mshololo saying some stuff. How stupid is that? You think people sitting next to Mshololo cannot hear it? You see, all this thing is money. Like the judge always talking about. Staying retired. You retired too. Why are you here? You talk about staying retired. He was on this case. He can retire, but he can come back. He getting money for retirement. The state is still paying him. He's not dead. He's not out of the country. Why he cannot come back and finish up this job and then go? You're working for the state. They can tell you and say, okay, you're about to retire. Let's do this way. Let's finish this case. You start it, and then after that you can retire. Or you can retire, but you can still come back. It doesn't mean you're going to be there every day. You can retire, but when we need you, you can come back. We pay you. You're getting money from the state. But this judge always talking about staying retired. You forget about yourself. You retire too, but they went and get you. The reason they went and get you is because they know who you are. They know what you're going to do. They didn't just go to him without knowing everything. They know. He's a good choice. So I feel so bad. My heart, I'm hurting so deeply. How many innocent men are in prison today because of this judge? They left their wives, they left their kids because of these cold-hearted people. And we complain about Amabunu, Maburu, the way nobody treat us thing. How white people used to treat us. But now, there's no white man in there. The judge is black, prosecutors, black, defense lawyers, black. But it's like we're still under apartheid. Every time the defense says something, he jumps in. Why you jumped in? Shut up and sit down and listen. Why you never jumped in when the prosecutors made a mistake towards the defense?
Yeah, I will pause here. People are angry. The views
and opinions
that are expressed
of
here.
the viewer and are not of the channel. The views and opinions expressed by the hosts are not that of the channel.
So guys, this is the time where I have to shut it down. It has been nice and thank you very much. Please like the video on your way out.
Hey guys.
Yeah, this is where I end. Natsukemo, thank you. Mami, thank you. Tandega Zondi, thank you. Dipuo, thank you. Tapiwa, thank you. That is our member. Noza, thank you. Tim Cool, thank you. Tim Cool giving us the name and the surname. Pinky, yes. Yeah. Is this Afrikaans?
Pinky?
Yeah,
Did you say Pinky?
It's Pinky V something. I don't even want to butcher that name. So I'm not going to bother myself. Raul, thank you. Edwin, the Pinky that is coming to testify. Edwin, but thank you. He thinking it's on the comments. No, they are giving us the surname. People are asking the surname. Tabiswa Mtawung, thank you. Kiabe Etwa, Napo, thank you. Colin Vadival, thank you. Tumi, thank you.
McMaster.
McMaster, thank you. Lusanda Msila, thank you. Paul Mjani, thank you. Figile, Bigzin, thank you. I saw Sipo Negu, our member, thank you. Pepelo Kuma, thank you. Someone I'm looking for. Tabis or I've mentioned you, Sizwe Mgaga, thank you. Shanjiwe Sibanda, thank you. Boto, thank you. Let me see. Blessing my banner, thank you. Elizabeth, thank you. And they got mentioned you. Brian, thank you. Mami, mentioned you, I think, but thank you again. Sis Kitchen.
Tea Kitchen.
Sis Tea Kitchen.
Yes.
Thank you. See, you are going with me today. Eh?
Yes,
Mina Sangwin. Thank you. Peter Mashapa. Thank you. Kibi, our member. Thank you. So our moderator here, but I'm not finding her. Let's go up a bit.
All right. Okay, I have reached
the limit.
Yeah.
Sondo Kumete, thank you. Been a while, guys, some of you, but I still remember you. I didn't see Tuli Tools today. Towards the same lang. So I saw him towards the same. I didn't see Nat today. I think he's gonna catch us. It's a morning gang today. But I saw someone that I haven't seen for a while. Good man, Tia, thank you. Yeah. Basically, if I didn't mention you, sorry. Yeah, there was a lot of you down there on the comment section. But let's see. Yeah, Sisanda Tele, thank you. Gift Nyati, thank you. Regular Gift Nyati. Regular. We notice you. Ozidube, thank you. I think everyone has been mentioned except people that we missed. Night to everyone. We thank you. Please like the video. Toziselang. Yes, I've mentioned you. Vusutando. Maktobane. Thank you. Let's see. MZ. Thank you. Raul, I've mentioned you. Slanjiwe Mami. Antike Moyo, Washington. Or Mugofa. Hoping that which other surname. To me, we've mentioned you. Yeah. Very much to everyone. Oh, D. Yes, we see you. Gaby, until I'm hoping that we're gonna have something. Yes, Boto, Tapiwa, yeah. The people that I see here, people that I've mentioned, I'm just going past them. Gaby, so I've mentioned you. Tande Hazond, I've mentioned you. Thank you very much, all of you guys. It's a bye from me. Good night. God's love. Bye.
Bye.
Lindy Mabuza Sarah. Thank you.